So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about how to build your online spiritual business in just 5 really simple, really easy steps. Let's get straight into it. So when it comes to businesses, and especially spiritual, intuitive businesses and just creative businesses, a lot of people think that business itself is such a scary thing and it's so hard and it's difficult and I don't understand things. And that was my perspective going into it as well. And it just felt like this big scary thing because the society that we've lived in has created systems and school and education around finding a job, but not actually giving you the wisdom, the tools and the knowledge that you actually require to start a business, especially with the online space, right? You have a lot of theory, but you don't have the practical steps to actually, okay, this is what you do. And so learning from people who actually have online businesses and who have made money online are the best forms of you actually being able to learn. So I'm not just saying just for me, like don't listen to just me, but I listen to loads of different business people who are in the realms of business so I can keep elevating in my own business. And so if you're a newbie, if you have been in the game but you haven't seen success online, then this is that walkthrough for you for the basics of an online spiritual business. And every business gets to be this simple if they choose to make those choices, right? We don't have to make it this complex, scary thing. So I just wanted to start off with that. And I'm going to start by saying you are courageous if you are thinking of starting a spiritual online business because it is a personal growth journey. So first and foremost, I just want to have a little bit of an intro, a philosophical chat about the actual journey, because this is something that I did not receive when I was starting out. And even now, you have people like Aaron Doughty, Victor Odo, and these amazing spiritual beings, Master Akashna, but they're teaching the spirituality side, not so much the business aspects of it. And so I thought, I'm going to come on here and teach what I needed, because I needed a spiritual business teacher in the online space. And so, working with digital companies, millionaires, and creating my own business, there's like so much juice that I can give you, and it's so simple. It really is so simple. So if you're here, you can do this. First of all, don't ever doubt yourself. You might have ups and downs, and during those down periods, there's somebody, I can't remember who it was, but somebody called them the Valley of the Low, or the Low Valley, or something along those lines. Anyway, I think it was James Wedmore. You can look him up. He does business by design, which is incredible as well. So, but again, it's very complex, I found. So I like simple, and I'm going to teach it in my way. So what I did, and this is my journey as well as so many other entrepreneurs that I've seen, they carry out the same pattern in building their business. And what I do is energetic tweaking. So I bring the energy and the flow into any spiritual business, because you are your business in spirituality, right? In intuition, and when it comes to spirituality, all I look at it is you are your purpose, and now you're making money from your purpose. That is it. And you're choosing to do it online because we are in the age of Aquarius, so it makes sense to come online, right? If you're not online, you're missing out, and also you don't have as much scalability and global reach. So it makes sense to have a digital online business. And even if you are a brick or mortar, or you want to set up some sort of shop, it's best to start online so that you have the funds to then invest in a physical location. I would not do it the other way around, but that's just my opinion. You can do whatever you like. So let's get into it. So step number 1, I've mentioned this in other videos on my channel, and I will keep mentioning it. You need to know your why and your what. So 2 things, right? The first thing that you want to do before you go online, before you pick your platform, before you do any of the creating stuff, you just need to figure out, why are you doing this? Like, who are you doing this for? Why are you doing it? First of all, so just pause this video if you need, journal this out. Like, I continually come back to this question, even though I've started this, oh God, decades ago. Over 10, 15 years, I keep coming back to, why do I want to do this? What is my reason for doing this? And what do I want to do like right now? Those are the 2 questions that I'll always come back to. And a lot of entrepreneurs will come back to when they're starting new projects, creating new businesses, because you don't just create one business, sometimes you create multiple. And every time you've got to come back to, what is your why? Why are you doing this? Because that will keep you staying in the long game, and it will keep the business sustainable because you are sustaining yourself. And the deeper rooted why will keep you going strong when you have those low dips, right? Which you will have, because this is life, and not everything is hunky-dory and like always going up, right? With every success, you have a lot of failures and mistakes, and those can sometimes get you down. Sometimes just not knowing your why can get you down. So if that is you, and you're sitting there going, I don't know why, Janie, I want more money. Money is not going to be the deeper why. It's not going to see you through. You might do it for a few years and then be bored. So I would say choose something deeper than money. It can be like, if you are choosing money, then what is that money going to bring you? Go deeper into that. So for me, yes, it's money, but I didn't start off with it. I started off with I love talking about astrology. I love sharing about astrology. I love to teach. And so I started teaching, and that was it. Money became a byproduct of that because I was so passionate about what I was doing. So go deeper into your why. And once you've got your why you're doing this, so if it's money, for example, mine was, okay, when I started doing readings, I was like, oh my God, I can make money online. I did not know this. This is so easy. This is so simple. This is so crazy. So that's where I started. Okay, what do I want to create next? Because I had my why. I love teaching and I want this for my child, right? So money was a byproduct. And then when I asked myself, okay, why do I want money? For financial freedom, for freedom to spend more quality time with my family, my loved ones, and that jobs don't have to pull us away from that. It's so that I can give my little one whatever he wants. I can educate him the way that I want and pay for everything that I need and more. So those were all the deeper reasons behind why money was going to be part of my purpose, but not the whole why, right? So really go deep into that so that can pull you back in. Because otherwise you're just going to be doing anything for money, and that's not a spiritual business at all, let alone not spiritual. Because spiritual is literally you being in your spiritual essence, but you need money to be able to be in your spiritual essence. Otherwise you're not going to be in thrive mode, you're going to be in survive mode, and surviving mode is far from spirituality, right? So once you've got your why, you will have your what do you want to get started with, because there are so many different things, especially if you're multi-passionate like me. Like, there are so many things that can be calling to you, but there will be one specific thing that will light you up more than the rest. And if you're finding this hard, just write it down, all your ideas, and then read each one out loud and go, okay, is this going to get me super excited? Which one's getting me buzzing, like where I just want to start right now? I can't even sleep that I'm so excited to start. That's the thing that you want to start off with, because that's going to be the most successful. Okay, so feel into your energy. Again, spiritual online business, always come back to your energy, always. That's like law or rule number one for building a spiritual online business. You want to stay centered and grounded in your energy, because otherwise it's so easy for the mind to be distracted by get rich quick schemes or this business strategy and this business model and this person says this and all of this stuff, and it's like you come so far away from your intuition doing that you get lost. And that's what we don't want. We want you to focus, build this business out in the way that you desire it and the way that you find most joy and most fulfillment. So just remember that at the back of your head, always bring yourself to centeredness. I have a routine every morning. I will center my chakras and I will set the intention of, what do I want to do? Like, what is my body feeling like? Who do I want to learn from today? And what am I absorbing that is not mine? Like, those are all questions that I will ask on a regular daily basis. So I am flushing out any belief systems that are not mine, anybody else's energy that's not mine. As an empath, this is really important, especially if you're working one-to-one clients. You don't want to take on the energetics of other beings that can suck you down, that can suck your vibration down. So keep your spiritual hygiene up, like top notch. Like, that's the most important thing before you start anything in your business, right? Okay, so you've got your what, you've got your why. Those are key things. Now you know, okay, say you've picked astrology, say you've picked, I don't know, entertaining someone with spiritual memes, whatever it is, right? You've picked the what you're going to start with. Number two, what you want to be doing is picking one platform to start with. Again, every entrepreneur that I've spoken to starts somewhere and they don't do a bit of everything because they get burnt out. They pivot slowly over time, okay? So there is no rush here. There is no rush to grow. You are just in your element and you're not focusing on growth as such. You're just focusing on putting your work out there, putting your passion out there, getting yourself out there, because that's the first step. And if you're not doing that and you're just in your head, you're never going to get out there. Action is the biggest momentum mover. And if you're not actioning things and you're not actually putting yourself out there, then you're in fear mode and you're in overthinking mode, which is procrastination at its finest. Okay, so once you've picked the platform, and the reason we're picking our platform, and this is a very, very crucial step, and you want to do this in the order I'm delivering this video to you, because there is reason for this, right? If you do any of the other things first, you will find yourself struggling later down the line or somewhere along your growth journey, because there are people that I've worked with, there are people that I've seen, and this happens over and over again, where they build a product, they have no audience, or they have a small audience that is not growing as much as they'd like, and they're not able to sell. And they think it's a selling problem. Their sales could be absolutely amazing, their product could be absolutely amazing, but they're not selling because they have not grown their audience to that size, and they need to actually switch their focus to their audience, right? There are also people who have an offer that they're thinking about selling, but they have no one to sell to. So the biggest thing for an online digital business, your biggest asset, if you like, is your audience. And when I say asset, again, this is something that you want to come to understanding when it comes to your financial knowledge and business knowledge. Assets are simply things that you own. Anything that you own is an asset, right? It brings money in, and it's something that you own, like it's yours to keep. It's something that cannot be taken away from you because you own it. A liability is something that you are paying into that is costing you in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so when it comes to your audience, they become an asset if you are able to take them from a platform and bring them into an email list. Email lists are your digital assets, just like property in the material world and the physical world of like brick and mortar old businesses and things like that. You needed a property to be able to sell from. Just like that in the online space, your audience has to be an asset that you own so that you can continue to sell to them, right? And when I say own, it's not like I own you. Like, no, it's not that type of energy, right? Spiritually, these are business terms, but with the spiritual online business, you're building your tribe, you're building your community, and you want your community to belong. Like, you want that space, right? Just like you go, oh, this is my family, like they're my people. And it's the same kind of concept where you're building your tribe, your audience, whatever word you want to use is fine. But that is number one priority for any person starting out on a business, okay? Especially with the spiritual online business, because you are your brand, you are the person who's going to be of influence behind your tribe and community growing. And even if you're not putting yourself out there and you've got a product, that product needs to bring your tribe where they love your product and they're thriving and sharing and speaking about your product, okay, and they're raving about it. So whatever it is that you're creating online, you need to build your audience up around you or the product or the idea, okay? So one was find your why, go deeper into it, and your what, okay? That would all, when you dive into the why, the what automatically becomes almost like a byproduct of it when you dive really deep. And then once you've got that, number two, you want to pick which platform do you think would be best for whatever it is that your idea is. So at the time when I started my business in 2019, I thought Instagram was really good because that was what I knew, I was comfortable with it, and I just saw like all these astrology memes and I was like, I can do better than that. And I can educate people. So I wanted to bring the real wisdom about astrology on there. So I started, and it was amazing. And I started selling, I became a reader, a tarot reader as well. And then I started to sell my readings on there as well. It just became like a natural thing until I noticed, okay, the energy is switching up here. It's not as fun anymore. And then I followed my bliss and I moved to TikTok. And then I grew my TikTok account to over 12,000 and it was so fun. And then again, I've got that itch now of like, okay, I need to grow my YouTube now. I'm ready for YouTube. So I'm on here and I've also got a podcast. So it's year by year focusing all of that energy on a platform at a time, and slowly building it and then continuing to dabble, but focusing with one main platform, right? So I don't burn my energy out because we only have so much energy in the day. And if you're not delegating, especially in the beginning, if you can't afford to delegate or you don't want to and you're not choosing to, then this is the best route for you, right? If you are choosing to delegate, then cool, you might be able to hire someone. If you've got the extra cash lying around and you want to delegate, then that's a good skill to pick up too. But initially, I would always say learn everything yourself so that when you are even delegating, you have the knowledge and the wisdom so that you know the high standards that you want to set for your business. So even when you're delegating, you get to teach the delegate your processes, right? So that's 1 and 2. Number 3, I want you to think about how can you help. So once you've got your tribe coming in, you've started, and again, like I said, come back to this video as many times as you want and make your notes, because sometimes it's kind of like, okay, you can listen to all this knowledge, but you want to actually go and do steps 1 and 2 first and then come back to this step 3 so that you don't get caught up in the information overwhelm and then just sit on the information and don't actually take action. So I want you to implement 1 and 2 and then come back to 3, 4, and 5 slowly, okay, step by step. So the third thing is, how can you help? You would have noticed that if you've done your products or you're putting yourself out there, you've started your content, you're building your tribe, you've got an audience of at least like, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 people starting to follow you. You can ask them or you can notice what they want from you. So what type of content are they loving from you? Is it entertainment type of content? Is it educational? Do they have a specific struggle that they're struggling with that you are helping them through? You'll start to only notice this as you engage and as you see your content growing and your audience growing. So you can put out polls. I used to put out polls on my story. I don't know why I'm saying that's so weird. A poll. It sounds like poll. It's not poll. One of those quiz things. Anyway, you could put out one of those on your stories and just ask people what are they most struggling with? What would they like to see more of? And a lot of people will be quite helpful in just letting you know what they want more of from you. And then when you know what your audience really wants from you and what they're really struggling with, you can create a product around that to help them. Okay, and this doesn't have to be anything glamorous. It can be as simple as like I started off realizing, okay, people really have deep questions of why they're struggling with procrastination or why they're struggling in their relationships. So I started readings, and I offered readings as my first product and service. So I literally, and I didn't have a landing page. You don't even need a sales page for this, guys. I made thousands and thousands just through Instagram stories. Okay, I didn't have a sales page at this point, so I used PayPal. My PayPal email, I literally just sent them the link, and I put on my stories 5 readings or 10 readings available. Whoever wants one, DM me and book in. And at this time, at this point, I didn't even have a big following. I think it was only like under 1,000. So you can start anywhere. Don't let numbers and vanity metrics stop you and make you think that, oh, people aren't going to buy from me. That's a limiting block, right? So a lot of this stuff, like I said in the beginning, the spiritual business online journey is a spiritual growth journey. You will be pushed to evolve. You will be pushed to sort out those limiting beliefs if you want those goals and you want to reach that. Okay, so it's one of the best ways, I feel like, to really up your personal development growth journey. Like, everyone should have a business just to do this journey in itself, right? So again, if you're in the entertainment industry of, okay, I'm doing spiritual memes and I'm making my people laugh, can I create something around helping other people create their own memes? What do they want? Like, what are they finding funny, and how can I solve something that's actually funny but is a pain point? Can I solve something? Do I want to educate? You get to decide what you want to create to help your audience, right? If you're teaching, again, what can you teach them? Can you create a course? Can you create a bundle? Can you create like a PDF or a worksheet or audio, whatever it is, right? The world is your oyster when it comes to online stuff. And I have a couple of videos on like Canva and the apps that you can use and all of this good stuff as well. So I am actually creating a course as well that I'm thinking of, where I actually guide you through creating a spiritual online business and the identity makeover that you need to step into. So again, there will be a wait list dropped below. If you are interested in that, then go and join it below. Once it's ready to launch, you will be notified. So once you know how you can help someone after doing research, like, make sure that you don't rush this process. Like, constant research is a thing. I'm still, to this day, constantly researching, because my audience is constantly growing and evolving with me. And so we always have to check back in of where are they in their timeline? What is it that they're currently struggling with? Has that changed? Has that evolved? Now, what specifics do they need help with? And you continue to create more and more products, which in turn is creating more and more assets. Remember, things that you own in the online space that puts cash in your pocket, and that's the online business, right? So after you know how you can help your tribe, number 3, you're going to go to number 4, which is creating your first product. So once you know, okay, this is what my audience are wanting at this moment in time, I'm going to create that for them. You can start to create your first online digital product. And this is going to get so exciting. Like, this is the favorite space that I like to be in. So when it comes to creating your digital product, there are so many different deliverables, and I'm going to be giving out a free checklist of the top 50 online digital products that you can create as a spiritual business owner. And I'll drop the link below. So again, if you want that, it's completely free. Go and click it and download it, and you can literally sift through and go, oh, I like that idea, and see if that helps with your why and your what as well. But again, there are so many different ideas. Again, check out the list below if you want help on, like, oh my god, what's Janie's ideas here for digital products. But you've got online oracle cards, that self-printables, workbooks, courses, ebooks, like the list can go on, audios, MP3s, like all of that stuff, right? And once you pick one, I just want you to pick one. So focus in on just one product, because you can get so carried away of going, oh, actually, I want to do this and this and this and this. And then you get sidetracked, and then you get lost and you get overwhelmed. So just start with one product. And then once you've created it, you can decide to put it out at a low price, or if you have like not that much of a big audience yet and you want to test it, you can ask for beta testers, and you can say, okay, I'm looking for just one person or 2 people to test out my new product. Let me know how it is, for free or in exchange for like a testimonial or a review. And then they will use it or do the course or whatever, and then they will give you a review in exchange. Okay, so then you get feedback. That's really good, because if you need to tweak stuff, or they say this is not that great, or I would like this, then you can pour all of that into the product before you actually sell it. So this is the beauty about beta testing. I always put out stuff for free initially, and then I'll be like, okay, cool, people are loving this, I can do more of this and I can sell it. So that's the stage that you want to be testing out the product, okay? And you don't want to be doing this for a long time. You only want to be doing it for a short amount of time with a small amount of people, and then you want to start making sales. Once you've tweaked and refined, you go to step 5, which is creating the actual offer. Now, this doesn't have to be complex. Like I said to you before, I didn't even have a sales page or a website when I started selling online. I literally had my PayPal link, and the offer was, I used to put up on my stories on Instagram. I think it was every new moon, every full moon. And then it became weekly sometimes, where I just put readings available. This is my price. DM me if you want. And people used to just message, and then I'd send them the PayPal link and they'd book in. Obviously, there's a much easier way. There are automations on Instagram that you can use now. AI is kicking in. So there's loads of fancy, cool stuff that you can do. And this is what I'm going to be teaching in my courses. But initially, you can keep it simple and you can start making money, because that's the end goal, right? You just want to learn, because once you have that experience of making money once online, if you do it once, you can do it twice. You do it twice, you can do it 100. You can do 100, you can do 1,000,000. And so that is literally the starting point. That is all you need to do to start tasting online success. And that's what I want for all of you. So once you've done that, that is the same cycle that you will continue to repeat on any platform, with any product, within any business in the online space. And obviously, as you go along, there is so much to learn. Like, I never stop learning. I will never stop hiring coaches and mentors to teach me, who are 1 or 2 steps ahead of me, because there is so much more wisdom there in experience that can help you break through limiting beliefs and identity beliefs and blocks that you might have moving forward into this journey. So I am also, there's so many downloads coming through, but there's a couple of things that I'm working on. So there is the magic makeover that I'll be hosting. So again, the waitlist will be dropped below. For your identity. So again, if you want to shift all of this stuff before 2025 or moving into 2025, then check it out below. And yeah, if you've got any questions and things that you're stuck on, just drop me a comment below, like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will catch you in the next video. Mwah.